Collingwood's 2024 season review. Let's get into it. So I waited all week to do this. I wanted to have, it's been a week since our last game. I wanted a week to sort of settle on it, and there's been so much trade news going on and all this hoo-ha and all this sort of stuff. And I can't believe it's been a week already since our series has ended. Our season has ended, and we're not playing finals. And just by the tightest of margins. I think that's what hurts the most. If I could sum up this season with anything, and you can stop watching this video now, it's too little, too late. I think that's how we sum up this season, because started off poorly, we go 0-3, come back from the bye, we have 4 losses in a row, and then towards the end we win, I think it was 4 out of the last 5 games, lose to Sydney by 3 points, very good win against Brisbane, very good win against Melbourne, got our DNA back, too little, too late. That's how I would sum up this season. How would you sum up this season in one sentence? Let me know down below. But this is it. This is it. This is what it is. It is what it is. And we'll talk about my thoughts on 2024. I've got a couple of stats here, a couple of things I'd like to sort of mention. And I guess let's just jump into it. Now, the easiest thing to do is compare 2024 to 2023. We come off a premiership in 2023. We are flying, really good defense, one of the best defenses in the league, one of the best scoring teams in the league, one of the most fun and exciting teams to watch in the league. And we were touted to go back to back. People are saying, I've never seen a team, play or come back from a premiership this well, and back to back is on the cards, and there's a million tipsters tipping us for back to back, and Brisbane to go there as well. Everyone's doing PBs in the gym, everyone's doing this, everyone's doing that. And then we get up to our first game against GWS opening round. The shortest turnaround time for a Premier. Remember that, right? And our first game, and I know everyone travels. I get that. Fuck, I believe that. Our first game is away. So the reigning Premiers play in Sydney for their first game, which I thought was stupid. I love the idea of opening round. I thought that was stupid. And then we come back to the MCG against Sydney for the flag unfurling. We get smashed there. MCG again, St Kilda gets smashed there. Now, that wasn't a good start to the reigning Premier's defence. And if you look at the season as a whole, it really was a roller coaster. We really went up, we really went down, up, down, up, down. And if you're comparing it to 2023, based on numbers alone, you're looking at 2024, so 12 wins, 9 losses, 2 draws. 2023, 9th on the ladder with 103%, I'm pretty sure. And 2023, we finished first, so we got minor premiers. We had 5 losses for the entire season, and this year we had 9 losses. So, and 18 wins, sorry. So 6 more wins, a bunch less losses last year compared to this year. And if you're looking at stats, this was our points for and against for 2024. So points for, 1991. So 1,991. I don't know why I said it like a year just then. And points against, so teams scoring against us, 1,943. So we scored more than we let through this year, but it wasn't much. But compare that to last year. Now, this doesn't take into account the 3 finals that we played. So this is just for the home and away season with one round less, I guess. So for 2142 and against 1687. So this year we leaked 300 more points, and we scored about 150 points less than last year. With 150 points less equates to about 6 points per game, whereas the points against equates to about 13 points more per game. So we just became really leaky, and we knew that. And look, I think you can also put this mainly down to personnel, right? We saw 9 black and white debutants, which was incredible. It was nice to blood the kids. It was nice to see, Ned Long, Lockie Sullivan, TJ got to go. Will Parker came came out really well at the end of the year. Ed Allen had a good one. Lockie Schultz. I know I'm forgetting a couple of players here as well. But like, it was good to sort of blood those, but we only blooded them because of injuries. And I think that also sums up our season. Like I said, our season was too little too late, and that sums it up because we were getting players back from injury towards the end of the season, but it was all just a little bit too little too late. And during that middle part where we were playing the young kids, we were winning, definitely winning, definitely playing good. Then the wheels started to fall off during the Kangaroos game. So we had a very good win against Melbourne. So we lost to the Bulldogs. Very good win against Melbourne. Then we get to the Kangaroos game, and we are, what was it, 54 points down um, against the Roos. And at the start of the third quarter, that's when you could kind of see, like, yes, the win was amazing. The win was great. You win by a point, 55-point turnaround. Amazing. Look what we were able to do. One, should never have gotten like that against the bottom team. Two, that win papered over the cracks that were starting to show, and that you could see after the bye when we went 0-4. Craig McRae has often said we picked players that were what's the actual quote? Fit to play, but not playing fit. So they were able to play, but they weren't able to play to their standards. And that was mainly when we came back from the bye, and I think it was the Gold Coast game, we brought back 4 or 5 players. Then we see Jordan DeGoey go down again. Then we see Brody Myercheck go down again. And there's these couple of other players that are sort of coming back in, then getting injured, coming back in and getting injured. So that's another one for me. It was just that we couldn't keep up with our injuries, and the kids couldn't keep up, and it was just a whole calamity of just not errors, but just the ball just kept rolling. You know when you push a snowball down the hill and it starts coming up and it becomes an avalanche? That's what happened with our season. Some other things that I wanted to point out is that we were ranked bottom 7 this year for points against and points against from turnover. So we had we were top 3 for clangers in the league. So we were coughing up the ball a lot, coughing up scores a lot, and that's when you can see those games where we were up by 5 or so goals. Teams started, when they started to get a run on, we started using the ball really poorly. They would score from turnover, and it just didn't look like the Collingwood we grew to love in 2022, 2023, and that's personified by this stat. So we were 14th this year in ball movement. Whereas last year, I couldn't find the stat for exactly where we were, but we weren't definitely 14th. We would have been top 3 easily. We were exciting, we were fast, we were having fun, and we really went back into our shell this year. And I think that stems from mainly, hunter versus hunted, and trying to change too many things at the start of the year. When we played GWS, when we played Sydney, we weren't playing the football that we were playing in 2023 and 2022. We changed it around a little bit. I think we changed it too much. Fly and all these coaches came out and said that we had to change it, no pun intended, on the fly as well. And then we sort of started to see better football. But even in that, when we started to see better football, it's the Essendon game, it's the Port Adelaide game where we're down by 5-6 goals at the first quarter, and then we sort of come back and win. And it's just not sustainable. That's just not sustainable football. And whereas last year, we were doing that, but last year we were doing that running out the game well, starting a little bit slow, but running out the game well and coming over the top of teams. Whereas this year, teams were coming over the top of us, and they knew our weaknesses and they ripped us apart. You can call this a failure of a season, obviously, because you win a premiership, you want to play finals, you want that premiership defense, not to sort of fumble that premiership defense, and we just didn't see it. And look, but when you sort of microscope it all the way down, we finished outside of the finals on percentage, on 7%. We had less losses than like Hawthorn and Carlton did. And that's because we had 2 draws this season. And it was handing the ball back to the umpire. It was Isaac Quaynor not tagging or marking Errol Goulden in the last minute and a half in the Sydney game and losing by 3 points there. It's not beating North Melbourne by more than 60 points, which is what we should have done. We beat them by 1 point. Same with West Coast. Same with Richmond, not getting that percentage up. So when you look at it, we just fumbled. It's a game of inches, and we just fumbled a little bit. And look, I'm always this optimistic guy, and I don't like being pessimistic and stuff, so I won't. I'm not going to be pessimistic. But yes, it was a failure of a season, but we were this close. And this close, it doesn't matter if you're this close, or if you're this close, or if you're that close, we still didn't make finals, right? But I think we can take solace out of the fact that even though we had all of these injuries, even though we weren't playing good football, even though we had patches of 3-game loss streak here, 4-game loss streak there, we were still so close to finals. And I guess that's what hurts the most. But people had us going at 15th, 16th. Oh, no, maybe not 16th. Like between 13th and 15th finishing on the ladder. And we finished 9th. You take solace in the fact of that, right? So that helps a little bit. But all in all, it was a failure of a season. What would I grade this season? Probably a C+, which is what I'm known for in school. C+, I love a C+. Because, yes, we failed, but we got to see a different side of Collingwood, a side that had to make moves on the go, a side that was blooding youngsters when we didn't sort of, we weren't going to for the year. We're not giving Will Parker, who was a Category B rookie, who had just finished playing cricket and started with us, a debut this season if we didn't have to. You know what I mean? Maybe if his form allowed it, but we didn't really have to. Ed Allen probably deserved it. Lockie Sullivan, he comes on for Bo McCreary when he gets that injury against Carlton, kicks a nice little goal. But he probably doesn't get a go if Tom Mitchell and Jordan De Goey are playing. You got to think that we didn't see Tom Mitchell for pretty much the entire season after Anzac Day. Dan McStay we didn't see for the entire season until he came back and just absolutely smashed it. And I love Dan McStay, and we're going to be a better team for it. Brody Myshek was out for the majority of the season. And to put that into perspective, Myshek won our goal kicking the last 5 years in a row. Bobby Hill wins our goal kicking with 30 goals. So, look, it hurts that we're not playing finals, and it hurts that this season was a failure, because it was a failure. But I'm reluctant, you know what? No, I'm not reluctant. I am proud of the boys still. I was going to say I'm reluctant to say proud, but no, I am proud of the boys, because they fought to the end. Towards the end of the year, they could have just turned up and just got their paycheck and just not put any heart or effort into it. But they came out. Brisbane was our best win of the year. Both Brisbane games were our best wins of the year, in my opinion. The one that got the ball rolling with, the pressure pies being back at the start of the year after we went 0-3. And then the game where we beat them by 1 point, leading for 51 seconds. Both games of the year. We beat Carlton twice, so that's absolutely a big 2 ticks. Beat Melbourne twice as well. And, we could have beat Gold Coast, could have beat Sydney, woulda, coulda, shoulda, didn't. And I made that video last week as well. So, look, all in all, C+, I'm proud of them. Proud of them that we fought all the way through. I am disappointed, I am angry, I am upset. But we bounced back in 2025. We'll make another video maybe sometime next week about what we want to see from 2025. I'll get your submissions to another video. There's going to be some more trade videos coming out. One will drop tomorrow. I've got a music video coming out that'll drop this weekend that I'm so fucking keen for you guys to see. Been working hard on it. You guys will love it, I promise. But all in all, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you grade our season from A+, which is the best you can get, to F, to an F, right? So A+ to F. What do you grade our season? What were your standouts? What were your lowlights? Let me know all your thoughts down below. But this has been Collingwood 2024 review of the season. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.